again to my weekly predictions. This week, today I will be covering the French Ligue 1. I'll be giving the predictions for game week 1. And so we're going to start with Lyon versus AC Ajaccio. Alright, here, going, we expect Lyon to win this game. And both teams to score no. And Lyon to win. And no goal. And alright. Let's see. Both teams to score no. Both teams to score no. And under 2.5. Alright. Therefore, I expect Lyon to win this game. 2-0. And if you want to bet on the handicap system, then that would be -1 for Lille. Alright? For Lyon. Not Lille, sorry. Lyon. And it's Lyon. So those are the predictions for this game. I expect Lyon to win, no goals. Both teams not to score, that is. Lyon to win and both teams not to score. Both teams not to score and under 2.5 goals. And predicted scoreline is 2-0 in favor of Lyon. And if you're not interested in calling the score, then you can go ahead and bet on Lyon to win by 2 goals on the handicap system, which is Lyon -2, and you're getting 3.3 for that. $3.30 for that bet. Our next game would be Strasbourg versus Monaco. Strasbourg, they've been having a really good preseason. They beat Liverpool, even though it was something like a second or third string team for Liverpool that they beat. So they have been doing really well in preseason for the most part. And in terms of head-to-head in recent years, Strasbourg, they have won 3 of the 5 games that they've played against Monaco in recent times. And so their early season form, it's not too bad. It's there or thereabout. It's a home game for Strasbourg, and so therefore I'm expecting them to have the advantage at home. And so therefore I think that this game is, I'd say Monaco usually does well, and I don't think that Monaco is going to allow them to beat them. So I'm going to call this one a draw. I think this case is going to be a 1-all draw. So both teams to score, yes. And both teams to score in the draw, yes. And I have both teams to score in under 2.5 goals, yes. And in terms of if you want to take a double chance, you could say Strasbourg or a draw. Yes, you could do that as well. If you're interested, you can take that as another option. And also in terms of the predicted scoreline, as I said, the predicted scoreline is 1-all for me. If you're interested in the handicap system, then you would go to the 1 here, and then it would be a +1 draw. Alright? And so therefore for the game Strasbourg versus Monaco, game in product Strasbourg's home, I'm expecting a draw, 1-all draw. I'm expecting both teams to score. So both teams to score in the draw. Okay, that's the odds on it, $4.20. Both teams to score yes and under 2.5 goals, $6.50. That's the odds on it. Strasbourg, so a double chance here. Strasbourg to win or a draw, that's $2.40. And the scoreline 1-1, that's $6.50. Want to do it on the handicap system, then that would be a draw +1 draw, so that's $4.20. So those are my predictions for the game Strasbourg versus Monaco. Our next game would be Clermont versus Paris Saint-Germain. And here, Paris Saint-Germain, they dropped a few games. Well, they dropped a few games here and there, not a whole lot. Again, when they were playing away from home last season, I'm expecting them to play better this season because the guys who they bought in they now have been together for a full year, and so therefore I'm expecting them to way much better this season. So I'm expecting PSG to win here. Kylian Mbappe, Messi, Neymar, and one of those guys can score. Alright. So both teams to score, I would say no. Both teams won't score. So both PSG to win and both teams score. No. PSG to win. And no. And no to both teams scoring. Both teams scoring. Both teams scoring and no. Over 2.5, yes. In terms of double chance, I would say it's double chance both teams to score, actually. So there should be a draw or PSG on both teams to score no. That's what we select here, yes. So this, in order to win this bet, the game would either have to end in a draw or PSG win and Clement doesn't score. Alright, so predicted scoreline for this, I'm going to have 3-0 here in favor of PSG. I'm expecting them to win 3-0. If you're not interested in betting the exact score, then you can go in the handicap system and bet for PSG to win by 3 goals. Alright, this is what you pick up. So that's $4.20 for PSG to win by 4 goals. Based on what we have had here, based on the predictions for PSG versus Clermont, I'd have here PSG to win, both teams to score no, PSG to win and both teams not to score, $2.20. Both teams not to score and over 2.5 goals, $3.75. Double chance here, a draw or PSG to win and both teams not scoring. That's $2.10. I have a 3-0 scoreline in favor of PSG. And if you're not interested in betting the score, then you can go ahead and go on the handicap system and bet for PSG to win by 3 goals or more. And so that would be $4.20 if you should take that bet. So those are my predictions for the Clermont PSG game. Our next game would be Toulouse versus Nice. And Toulouse versus Nice. Toulouse versus Nice here over the years, 5 previous meetings. Toulouse have won, well, Nice have won 2. Toulouse have won 1. We have had 2 draws. And let's go ahead and take a look at the preseason. For the preseason, Toulouse, they have been doing well. They've been doing well for the preseason. For Nice, they have been doing very well. They've been off. And so therefore, for my prediction for this game, I'm going to have this as a draw. I think this game is going to end in a draw. I think it's going to end in a one-all draw. Both teams score and under 2.5. Alright, in terms of correct score, 1-all. If you want to do it on the handicap system, if you don't want to bet the correct score, you're going to have to go to 1 here. And you can select draw plus 1. Alright. Therefore, my prediction for this game, Toulouse versus Nice, I have a draw. Both teams to score, yes. Both teams to score and under 2.5 goals. Yes. That's $6.50. That's a very nice odd. Predicted score 1-1. $6.50 for the correct score. And if you don't want to bet the correct score, you can go via the handicap system. We'd have here this would suggesting that both teams would end the goal apiece. And so therefore, getting $4.30 on the handicap system, $4.33 rather, sorry, on the handicap system, and that's a very good PT, if you ask me. Those are my predictions for Toulouse versus Nice. And so let's move on to our next game for game week 1 of the French Ligue 1. Next, we move on to Angus versus Nanes. My predictions for this game is that I think Nanes might just edge Angus here 1-0. Worst case scenario, it ends the draw, I believe, but I have Nanes edging Angus by a goal to 0. Both teams to score, no. Alright. Both teams to score on totals goals over 2.5. Nope. No, both teams won't score and they will be under 2.5 goals for this match. Correct score. Expecting Nanes to win by a goal. And to go to the handicap system, then expecting Nanes to win by a goal, then this would be Nanes -1. Alright. Therefore, in order for you to get this bet, then that means that Nanes would have to end up winning this game by at least 2 goals. I'm not thinking if that's the case, then I'm going to change this. So I'm going to start the game ahead by a goal. So that changes to draw. Alright. So those are my predictions for the Angus versus Nanes. Expecting Nanes to win. As a worst case scenario, it might end in a draw. It depends, might end in a draw, but I'm carrying Nanes to win this game. And both teams to score, no. Both teams to score and under 2.5 goals for this match, yes. And correct score, and I have Nanes winning by a goal. And I'm expecting, if you don't want to pick a goal here, then you go on the handicap system and you go -1 and a draw, and that's $4.20. Alright, so those are my predictions for the game Angus versus Nanes. So our next game would be Lens versus Brest. And for the game Lens versus Brest, my predictions are I have this game. I have this game ending in a draw as well. In the draw, and I think this one is going to be 1-1. Both teams to score. Both teams to score here. Draw on both teams to score. Both teams to score and on the 2.5. If you want to go to double chance, I'd say Lens or Brest win and no goal. There's the correct score line. Correct score line, I have here be 1-1. Don't want to bet correct score, you can go on the handicap system. I'm going to go to -1. Like a draw. To like a draw. Sorry about that. That's a correct one. Alright. As you can notice, I'm doing these odds here in Betway. As I say, my personal suggestion is that you will start with to get your game week tickets as early as, let's say, Monday or Tuesday. You don't do too many, do maybe 1 or 2, and then by about Thursday you do your final tickets, and then maybe you can do some on Friday as well. Okay, because typically the game week starts on Friday for the most part, but earlier you catch the odds, the better the odds you get. Alright, so these are my predictions for this particular game. I'm expecting to end in a draw, and I'm expecting both teams to score. As the draw and both teams to score, that's what we're getting here. In terms of, yes, both teams scoring under 2.5 goals, that's $8. That's a nice odd. And a double chance here, Lens to win or Brest to win, and both teams to score, no. That's $2.25. That's nice as well. And also my predicted character scoreline is 1-1. So I believe if it's not 1-1, then it's going to be 0-0. But versus a really good side when they get going. And Lens is at home, and Lens could pull off a surprise here and maybe beat Burst, but they did. But I see this one ended in a draw. So if you're not interested in doing the correct score, you can go on the handicap system and you can pick up this here and pick up a draw. So you have a +1 and a draw. Alright. So those are my predictions for the game, Lens versus Press. And so let's move on to our next game. Our next game is Lil versus Lil versus Oxray. Oxray. And therefore my predictions for this game is for Lil to win. Let me just clear this card here. It's for Lil to win, yes. Lil to win, and Lil to win by 2 goals. Worst case scenario, they might win by 1. I'm expecting Lil to win by 2 goals. Both teams to score no. And Lil to win and no goals, yes. Both teams score and under. No, both teams will score anything under that. Double chance. You see a little R draw, yes. A nice double chance there. And the correct score, have Lil winning by 2 goals. And so therefore, if you don't want to bet the correct score there, you can go ahead and go on the handicap system. You can have Lil winning by a goal. You're getting a nice odd of $3 there. So just to go with that one rather than to go with Lil winning by 2 goals. Because this is based on the odds that you're getting here. So you wait on this score against the count here. So sometimes you never know. This is definitely the game of betting is a funny one. And so with $3 compared to $5.75, I think $3 is really good. And plus you're going to have more than one prediction on your card. So anything above $2.50 is a really good app. Alright. And so therefore that's what I have predicted here for Lil versus Oxray. So as I see here, I have Lil to win. I have Lil to win. Both teams score no. Lil to win, and both teams score no. That's $3. Both teams score no, and on the 2.5 goals, that's $2.50. Lil or a draw, it's $2.20. I have the correct score here, Lil winning by 2 goals. That's $8. And also, if you're not interested in doing a correct score, then you can select Lil winning by a goal, which is $3. Right, so those are my predictions for Lil versus Oxray. Our next game would be Montpellier versus Troyes. Troyes. So Montpellier here. Montpellier at home. Montpellier playing at home here. The last meetings between them, it's pretty has been even shared for in a sense. Let's see how they're doing in preseason. Well, Montpellier did awful in preseason, so therefore the track record of them having some draws. I'm going to see this one is going to end. One is going to end in a draw. And I think it's going to end in a goalless draw. If it's not a draw, it's Montpellier to win. So both teams score no. Alright, both teams score no, and under 2.5 goals. Alright, double chance. Montpellier to win or a draw. Alright. You can also go Montpellier to win or a draw and both teams to score no. Yeah. Correct scoreline. Correct scoreline. I have a 0-0 draw here. So therefore, if you're not interested in, therefore those are my predictions for Montpellier versus Troyes. Montpellier versus Troyes, I have a draw, $3.40. Montpellier versus Troyes, both teams score no, and both teams score under 2.5 goals. That's $2.40. Yes, Montpellier or a draw, that's a double chance, $2.30. Montpellier or a draw, and both teams not to score. That's $3, and I have a 0-0 score line here, and that's $10. Alright, those are my predictions for that game. Montpellier versus Troyes. Moving on to our next game, it's Rennes versus Lorient. And here I expect Rennes to come away victors. Expecting Rennes to come away victors here. Expecting Rennes to win by 2 goals. Expecting Rennes to win by 2 goals here. Both teams to score no. Rennes to win on no goal. Both teams to score on the us. Rennes or draw. Rennes or draw. Rennes or draw. Both teams score no. Character scoreline here. Rennes to win by 2 goals. I'm not here now. We'll go. If you're not interested in betting the score, then we can go on the handicap system. Rennes to win by a goal. Alright. Let's go through my predictions for Rennes versus Lorient. Rennes to win. Both teams to score no. Rennes to win and both teams not to score. That's $2.20. On the both teams to score no, and on the 2.5 goals, $2.80. Rennes to win and or a draw and both teams not to score. That's $2. And the predicted score line 2-0 in favor of Rennes. And if you're not interested in betting the correct score, then you can always go ahead and bet on by the handicap system. I have here Rennes to win by a goal, and that's $1.90. So those are my predictions for the game Rennes versus Lorient. And so for our final game of game week 1 for the French Ligue 1 is Marseille versus Stade Rennais. And my predictions for this game is that Marseille will end up winning this game by 2 goals. Marseille to win this game by 2 goals to 0. And both teams to score no. Marseille to win both teams not to score no. Alright. Double chance, Marseille to win or draw, and no, both teams won't score. Corrected scoreline here. Marseille to win by 2 goals. If you want to bet the correct score, you can go ahead and select on the handicap system Marseille to win by a goal here. The safer bet than want Marseille to win by 2 goals, even though my predicted scoreline is 2 goals. These are my predictions for Marseille versus Stade Rennais. So Marseille to win, both teams not to score. Marseille to win and both teams not to score. Both teams not to score and under 2.5 goals for this match. Marseille to win or a draw and both teams not to score. And the correct scoreline Marseille to win by 2 goals to 0. And if you're not interested in doing the correct score, then you can always go ahead and bet on the handicap system where we have Marseille here winning by a goal for this game versus Stade Rennes. So therefore, these are my predictions for game week 1 of the French Liga. And so therefore, this is how the cookie crumbles here. So thank you for your time, and this is how it ends.